Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I'm trying to get myself together here. Lord, it's cold and it's sunny at the same time. I don't know what's going on in Dallas. Dallas, Texas, baby, we get it all. Excuse me, Auntie, I ain't got it together right now. Oh, Lord. Y'all, just a FYNI. Um, for some reason, I don't know if all the reaction reviewers or whatever, the reaction or commentators are experiencing the same thing, but it's like it's taking a long time for YouTube to upload videos. Even like my 5 minute videos or whatever, it's taking a long time to upload. Like this morning, 3 or 4 skits had shown after the part 2 of the apology, and mine was still uploading from this morning, my review from this morning. So I don't know what's going on in YouTube land, why stuff taking so long to upload. But that could be the reason why you're not seeing your favorite commentators or whomever you watch the videos get in as fast, or the reactions get in as fast. At least that's what's happening for me. So I definitely wanna. I hope people can join. It might be a video dropping. I definitely want to talk about today's skit, and I'll start before anyone even comes on, and then as people join, we can talk about it. I know it's a Saturday afternoon. I'm just getting off work, but I know other people are out and about, so may not be able to see this till later on. But it's a very controversial subject in real life, skit Atlanta, make believe, the power of forgiveness, and what is considered a sincere apology or fake apology. Apologies don't always come in the form that we want them to come. Apologies aren't always as black and white and textbook and cookie cutter and fluffy as we want. You know, everybody wants that apology where you say, you know what, I was a low down, dirty dog, and what I did was just totally unacceptable, and I deserve to die. You know, I pray that somebody shoot me. Stuff like that. That's what you want to hear, but that's not your typical apology. And as we remember, if we recall, when Shayla, I think it was like, might have been like 4 or 5 months ago. Hi, Kevin. I don't know your name, so if you're in here, this is a Country Wayne reaction page. So hopefully you can just come along the ride because we're talking about forgiveness. So that's a universal subject. Um, a few months ago, Shayla was in the bathroom and she was um, she was, praying to God or whatever, and her prayer was unorthodox. But when people come to God as they are, and people are, what's the word I'm looking for? When they baby Christians, it means that they don't necessarily, they may not pray like we pray, but they may not pray like somebody, and I ain't gonna say we, because I've learned to pray to God, like I would say, hi Kalani. Kalani, unfortunately, this is not a page for kids, so if you're under 18, this is not the place for you, sugar. I apologize. Yes, I apologize, Kaylin. But welcome here, and I hope you have a blessed day. But this not the page for kids. We might say anything. But apologies don't always come the way we want them to. And like what I was stating was like when Shayla prayed months ago, and a lot of people had issues with the way she prayed. When you're a baby Christian or you are new to trying or at least attempting to follow God, it's not always going to line up with what the traditional church uh, feels like church should be, or what people feel like an apology could be. And as many people, a lot of people throw up God in the skit. Hey, sugar, Sheena, I remember you, Sheena. I think that's right. Is that right? I think that's right. Happy Saturday to you. And what I was saying is like when you're a baby Christian or whatever, it goes back to that old saying of come to God as you are. I know I had one of my uncles one time. He used to praised God like in a different way. And he had his issues and he had his problems, but at his core, he knew God. And I think that as much as people wanted to hear the apology, now we're mad because it wasn't the apology that the way we thought it should have been wrapped up in a bow. And if we think about our real lives, most of the apologies that I've received in time, some of them were sincere, but some of them were, hey man, I didn't know, especially with God. I remember it was a guy I held on to, I had real issues with. And it's like, I I wanted that apology for so long, but I never even told him he did anything wrong. And when I got that apology, the apology was, hey, I didn't realize that I hurt you. I didn't realize that I was taking you for granted. And it was a little, to me, when it first was said, it was a little dry. But then God put on my heart, you wanted an apology. And he's letting you know that he is at least acknowledging that he hurt you. Even though he didn't realize at the time that he was hurting you, at least he acknowledged that he hurt you. So with the Shayla situation, I feel like she may have not understood the depth of what she did to Amber, how she almost broke this person, how Amber went to the deep end. She doesn't realize the depth of it, but see, I told y'all, in order for karma to be effective, you have to first acknowledge the thing that you did wrong. So by Amber telling her these things now, this needs to happen. She needs to hear Amber say, you broke me. She needs to hear Amber say, I don't accept your apology. She needs to understand all of these things. Because when she realizes that she's going through the type of betrayal and deceit, at that time, Shayla will realize that, damn, this is what Amber talking about. But if they don't go through this phase right here, she has nothing to compare it to. Y'all get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm back. But y'all get what I'm saying about this whole ordeal? Those of you in here, I see 11 people in chat. I don't know if you all are Country Wayne, people or not. The thing had went out and came back in. But you guys, this is deeper than things. I put that. And hopefully when I get home, I'll be able to. Hey, Joanna, thank you. Yeah, Amber will accept Shayla's apology for finishing with Tiffany. I don't think it will be closed. God, I don't know when it's gonna come. It might be months from now. But what I truly believe in my heart of hearts is that this process that we see, y'all, it has to be like this. She has to hear from Amber's voice the unapology, the not accept her apology, to tell her like yesterday, she needed to hear Amber tell her, you broke me. You hurt me. Because right now Shayla don't get it. Shayla feel like I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to cleanse my heart. I don't want nothing to come back on me because subconsciously she's already feeling there's something going on with Iman and Alicia. One thing about her, I do believe Shayla is delusional. I do believe Shayla has mental illness issues. But I also believe that Shayla is one of the swiftest one on the show, of the characters. Shayla is absolutely, amen, the person who she picks up on game quickly. She reads a room quickly. And that's just like people with any type of mental illness. Like, I've been open and honest. I suffer from ADHD. ADHD don't make me, but I have ADHD. And with that, it just basically means that I have a bunch of thoughts going on in my mind at one time. And sometimes those thoughts can be overactive. And I'm not the type of ADHD like when we think about kids being overactive, bouncing off the walls. I'm the ADHD where there's a million ideas running through my head at one time. Just like people like Steve Jobs, uh, I think even the Microsoft Bill Gates. I think it was Steve Jobs that came out there. He had ADHD or whatever. A lot of great people have ADHD, have like different mental disorder. A lot of autistic people are artists. Autistic people are, black folks get to my autistic. But autistic people, they can pick up and read a room. Like I was around this kid one time, and there was a whole bunch of people in the room. This guy had like this bunch of wording on his shirt. He walked by like that. That little boy remembered everything that was on his shirt, the color of his shirt, what he had on his shoes, everything. Something that a regular person misses, somebody with a disability like that can pick up on. You know, I feel like I have a good discernment of people sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But I can pick up on certain things or certain behaviors. I was very good in previous jobs about recruiting people because I would know at a glance. I'd be like, nah, that person ain't gonna last. And I never forget at my last job there was an interview, and I was outnumbered 3-4. I mean, 3-1. I was outnumbered. It was four of us, 3-1. And I said, based on his body language, he's not gonna be here long because he doesn't have a good temperament. It was an escalation position. So this person doesn't have a good temperament because when I asked them what would they do if somebody cussed them out, you could tell in their body language they gave me the answer that I wanted to hear, not what they really would do. And what I wanted that person to say in that moment in that interview, if say, if someone calls you and they cuss you out about this particular product or whatever, what would you do? And he gave a polished answer. Well, first, what I would do, I would and I would assess the situation, let them know I understood. And I looked at him, I was like, he's so fake. What I wanted to hear was, at first, I had to calm down for a minute, and collect myself, somebody, because I would actually do, in my interviews, when I interview people, I would do the theatrics with it. I'm finna yell at you. I'm not gonna cuss at you because we're in a professional environment, but I'm gonna yell at you. I'm gonna say what customers really say to the person. That was a part of my interviewing process. I wasn't finna go by no cookie cutter piece of paper to tell you what would you do, situation, action, task. No, I'm finna yell at you, and I'm gonna see what your natural reaction is to that call. He gave a textbook cookie cutter answer, and I told him right off the back, I said he's fake. He went on the phone a good month. Temperament shows. This goes back. Why am I saying all this? Shayla could have gave a cookie cutter answer. She could have said, Amber, I have no excuse for what I did. I was wrong. I should have done this and that. I was a dirty dog friend. I'm no earthly good. I don't deserve to be on this earth. Now some of y'all would have said that was fake. But y'all wouldn't accept that either. But she asked her twice. She said, do you want to know the truth? Do you want to know how I really felt? Hold on. Do you want to know? It's police in front of me. I can't be on this phone, so y'all know it's about it. If you really want to know the truth about the matter, or do you want me to just cookie cut it? That's what she said. Like I put in my video, Shayla clearly asked Amber for permission to speak freely. She said it without saying it. She asked Amber, do you want me to tell the truth? She said it twice. And Amber said yes. But after she said it, Amber pissed off and everybody in Atlanta, everybody pissed off. But she asked her first. She asked her first. I'm talking about Amber peace of mind. She might feel like she has to forgive her. I can't read it, y'all. I'm sorry. I wish it would let us push a button. I hope you two get that feature in the future where, like, when you live, you can push a button so you can hear what the message is. I think, I very well think, just based on writing style that I see from Amber Tide or her team, I don't know who writes and who does what, but I think she will forgive Shayla. It's not gonna be now because in real life, yes, Serena, and that's That's what kills me too about a lot of people who watch these skits. Just because you have a different view or you're not on the hate bandwagon, um, they feel like you support that person. I do not support wrongdoing. I don't support adultery. I don't support any of it. A lot of commentary is for entertainment purposes only. And anybody who's doing it for any other reason, I don't know why. But it's for entertainment purposes only. And I agree with you, Jarena. She just told the truth from the way she knew it. Lord, my mouth is juicy today, Lord. Straight through it. I've been taking my vitamins and stuff, but Lord, did it make your mouth juicy? I ain't been taking none of them special mouth watering things. Lord. But anyway, but yeah, and that's the only thing that frustrates me sometimes in comments and stuff when it comes to the Shayla, Anthony, and Amber skit, is that if you're not one way, you the other, and that's not true, and it shouldn't be like that. You can have different intelligent views about something without yelling, without screaming, without cussing the person out. You can make intelligent assessments of the situation without all of it. Because when people are yelling at each other, they're arguing, they're making accusations, they're full of hate, you're not making a sound decision. That's not sound thinking to me. That's just, but yeah, it was a lot of people came for me in the comments. Because I wrote my comments on Country Wayne page, and then I did my own little poll. And yeah, they came for Auntie. Yes, they did. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with dialogue as long as it's a dialogue that makes you think. And a lot of people keep bringing up God. He without seeing cast the first song. Nobody's holding what Amber did over her head. In the people in the comments hate when you bring up though I'm a Country Wayne with Country Wayne reaction channel. So if you don't watch Country Wayne, you may not really understand the concept of the lie. So yeah, that's what we talking about. We chatting it up. We doing a reaction type deal. So, but y'all, I'm gonna come on here later on. I know everybody is doing their own thing today, probably out and about, and it's beautiful in Texas. It's 73 degrees, but it's cold at the same time. It's cold in spots, but it's 73, but it's an absolute beautiful day outside. I may go to the park and go live later. Let my baby play at the park and go live from there. Um, or later tonight. Last night I was just exhausted, y'all. There are a lot of things that go on, like in real life, and things like that, and can't talk about it right now. But yeah, thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that. But y'all, we just gotta keep on keeping on. And I will talk to y'all later. It's just been a ride home with me, and I will talk to y'all later. We'll go deeper into it later. We might have some more skits later to discuss. Y'all have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Talk to you later.